Dang it, I love this stuff. I'm not going to lie. Oh, wait a second. Let's Get High and Read the Bible is brought to you by Magic Medicine, Marijuana. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I did a very good job defending some of these portions of the scripture reading this week. I love this shit. I think some of these teachings are like among my favorite. Ready did not. There's a lot of poo-pooing. I'm not saying it's not like the best episode we've ever had, because obviously this is the best episode of any podcast that has ever happened ever. I'm just saying maybe I didn't do as good as I wanted to. All right, let's see what this Jesus guy has to say, huh?
Are you wearing khaki-colored pants?
No, they're like brown.
Okay.
They're like construction pants.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. What a morning.
What a what?
My brother just left town.
Oh, yeah, I saw he was hanging out. That's awesome.
Yeah, Levi was down. It was so, he owns a bar. So we were drinking, and then...
Wait, he owns a bar, but he doesn't own a bar where you live.
No, but, he
likes to go out and make...
Yeah, he likes to get after it, Yeah, He was doing a consultation for a mezcal company down in Oaxaca or whatever, or however, how do you say it?
Oaxaca.
Thank you. Sorry for that.
Or if you're from Texas, it's Brohaca.
Brohaca. Yeah. So motherfucking, he's been here all week. We've been doing that, but last night I went out with Middleton.
I don't know.
Shane from Loudermilks.
Oh, okay. I don't know by his last name.
Oh yeah. We got down, bro. Yeah. Do you know that band Ours? Ours?
Ours?
Yeah, they had like a hit back in the early 2000s.
No.
Oh, this dude can he's like an evil Jeff Buckley. It's like an evil Bono or something. He can sing his fucking ass off, and he has one hit where he does it. But they played. Man, we just danced and drank, and so this is going to be the most hungover episode I've ever had. I don't know. At least on my end, no.
Yeah, no, I'm not even in the slightest hungover. I didn't get that memo. Look, I pay attention to memos. If the memo comes in, the dude abides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're ready for the party.
Yeah, just let me know, man. I can get an invitation.
Yeah.
And you're all fucking hung to the gills. Is that what's going on here?
I mean, yeah. I also worked out for 4 hours yesterday, which is probably not smart to do when you're super hungover.
Oh, dude.
What?
I think it's working.
What? Oh, really? For the first time?
No, for the second time.
For the second time. For the first time.
Oh, suck it.
Oh, it came up without
on the big screen. Somebody put it just.
Angels of mercy are guiding us this morning.
Well, I think God is obviously. I mean, this is obviously. These are facts. Okay, this is God is saying through His actions with this and with you that you should drink more. That's what it says that in the Bible.
It's good vibrations.
Yeah, Matt would agree. He would concur.
You're gonna die. You're gonna laugh, but I only had 3 drinks over like a 5-hour night, and this is what it did to me. So
yeah,
what if I stopped drinking? I should not have. You got to keep on that wagon.
You stopped drinking. Oh yeah, well, drinking is it's overrated.
It's overrated, but God's on our side. Yahweh, if you will. Yahweh,
yeah, the God of War. Was he the God of War, or is he the other one? Elway?
Yahweh, he was like the
war god.
As far as I know, man, we need to be able to have a direct line to Matt, but Yahweh is more of like the desert dwelling, warish God, and El, or Elohim, and the different names of him are more of like an overarching word for God throughout multiple cultures.
Did you see the one where he's like talking about what we talked about when? Well, I mean, he was obviously doing it fact based and much more eloquently, but he was talking about the what do you call them? The origin stories, like the two, how they're smushed together, and it's like that's one God here and one God here, and you have to reconcile that. You can't just be like, no, it's just one guy. It's like, no, dickhead. Mm-hmm. It's two guys.
Not a single Baptist knows about this either.
Well, because they've never read the Bible.
Oh, they read it constantly.
Well, then they know, or they've read it.
Yeah,
they just can't know.
Dogma's a weird lens, right? And so like they'll read that story back to back. You could even probably get them to write down what happens in Genesis 1 and what happens in Genesis 2, and they would find a way to be like, no, that just they would two-step around.
That's well, I mean, biblically, that's what it says in the Bible.
Yeah. It's kind of despairing, actually, that can happen. They'll go deep. They'll double down on that shit too.
Anyway, where were we in the?
Well, I think we were on adultery. Oh no way!
Give me what numbers?
Oh yeah, let me look back. I believe, and we might have read it last week, but 527.
An asshole! I'm like, hey, Leif, tell me where we are.
What are you saying, an asshole? We're just, man, and for staying up all night, I woke up early too. So this is.
Well, it was funny because I woke up. You saw the text at 11, and I'm like, wow, no text
so
from
lucky.
Leif.
So lucky. Yeah.
We jibed that way, I think.
Yeah. It was like it was a long morning too.
I don't even know if I can say this out loud.
Well, it'll be edited.
Yeah, but they're listening.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll tell you after we stop recording. Just remind me about kissing. Never mind. Anyway,
there's a crocodile. There was a midget there. I'll tell you after.
This one I can't figure out. There's you. There's Gino. What's with the midget?
What's with the midget?
Oh, you must get a bowl of soup with that hat. Oh, you want to talk about class? Oh, this is my favorite. This one I can't figure out. All right, where are we at?
I love this. Is fucking
Jariah's daughter, a woman of faith.
No, it would be Matthew 5:27. And also, there's what? Because we're doing the Sermon on the Mount, and the Sermon on the Mount is only found in Matthew. Now, some of the sayings are found in Luke. A bunch of the sayings, actually. The Beatitudes
only found in Matthew.
Well, it happens kind of in Luke. Let me get down there. It happens kind of in Luke, but it's like it's way later. Get down there. Get down on your knees and praise Jesus.
Wow.
That actually, the hungover voice, probably, that's a little aggressive. I'm sorry, people.
Yeah,
that was rude.
I don't know, man. I don't feel very good.
That's the idea, bitch.
Dude, if you wouldn't use that voice with your wife, don't use it with me, okay?
I do use that voice. What are you talking about? I think I got my wife.
No problem taking the fig and enrolling the Viking launch.
It's on adultery. Let me plug in on this.
You want to get on some adultery? Is that what you said?
No. That's what the heading of our next grouping of.
Oh, on adultery.
Yeah.
I got adultery. So did we do Sermon on the Mount?
No, we did half of it last week.
Oh,
and so there are in Luke. There's the Beatitudes, but it happens in a different order, and
it's the B sharps, dude.
It's not really. It's the B sharps, bro. I mean, yeah. I guess
just tell me what the fuck to read there.
Yeah, just hop in. Yeah, 27, 520. The same thing Matthew? I've said 4 times now.
Don't. I will fucking reach through here. I will put you over my knee, young man. So we're doing Matthew adultery. I thought we were going to read Sermon on the Mount, motherfucker.
This is the Sermon on the Mount. This is halfway through it. These are all Jesus
and you.
Let me help you. So
stop. Just stop right here. I'm going to start reading
that. Okay, because I said that did sound rude. I didn't mean to make the rest just for funsies.
For funsies.
Yeah, just for
Because this is
funsies.
fun.
But this is
Yeah. Christ. People, you don't know what it's like. He knows the Bible. He knows what the Word of God is going to say before he says it. It's like he's reading God's mind.
not even no.
Yeah, that's right. You heard it here first, bitches. Wait, that's not what it says. Okay, on adultery. I'm gonna make myself a little. I'm gonna make myself a little platform here. So.
Little, you look good.
Thanks, buddy.
Anytime.
On adultery. This is our guy, JC, and he's. I'm just laying a groundwork. Lay a little visual for you.
He's on a little hill.
Like a smoke. There's a smoke machine, little dry ice. You know, probably dry ice back then. They didn't have smoke machines, but they had dry ice. They didn't have freezers, did they? You know, so it's like it's kind of hazy, kind of witchy, kind of like you know,
he's drawing a crowd,
like a Fleetwood Mac concert.
Yeah, he's like trending.
Okay, you have heard that it was said, "You shall not commit adultery." But I say to you, fuck those bitches. Fuck those bitches. Look, you know what? Here's what I say.
Welcome in the church. Say hi to your neighbor. Say hi.
Hey, to your fuck neighbor. You, bitches. I'd like to everybody to turn to their right or their left and say, fuck you, bitches. Fuck you, judging bitches. Yeah. Okay, where were we? First verse. Hey, we're reading the Bible, motherfuckers. This is almost like a bourbon episode, isn't it?
It is almost like a bourbon episode. I'll do that with you next week if you want, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't drank bourbon in a while, so we probably should.
And get saucy. We could change that power dynamic around pretty quick, huh? You'd be the one with the low voice degrading me, probably, huh? Yeah. Shut up, you homeschooled bitch.
All right. You have heard it said that you shall not commit adultery, but I say to you that everyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart.
I mean, you go to hell for adultery, by the way, you know.
This is such bullshit. This is such fucking bullshit. I have this. Dude, seriously, like when people are like having trouble, when people are having trouble like keeping their shit together, it's like something I'll say to them is like, look, you know, the words, you know, the voices in your head do not define you. Your actions do. Yeah. You can't fucking be going around saying, you know what, if you think crazy thoughts, you're fucking crazy. It's like, no, if you go around acting crazy, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're all fucking Jeffrey Dahmer. We're all fucking, you know, like fucking the Elena Bobbitt.
I'm pretty curt. Yeah, I can be quite curt, you know, a little rude, if you will, in my head. But like, motherfucking,
did we read this before? Why does it sound?
Yeah, because I wanted to read it again because it was right at the end and we had read so much before.
All right, well,
and it's only this. Well, but again, maybe it's we should give it credence. What it is. Yeah, because during this time, women were really treated pretty shittily, right? So it's kind of cool that the main dude is like looking out for them in a way. You know, if a woman was left by her husband, she was homeless and a beggar for the most part. You know,
if your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out and throw it away. It is better that you lose one of your members than that your whole body be thrown into hell. Fact check on that one. And if your right hand causes you to jerk off, cut it off and throw it away, or put a glove on it and sleep on it until it falls asleep. It is better that you lose one of your members than that your whole body go into hell. Do this in memory of me.
Do this in remembrance of me.
On the third day he rose again, in fulfillment of the scriptures. Okay, well that's a big crock of shit.
You're not signing up.
I'm not signing anything.
What if a society though like acted that way? Maybe would it
It's
be
impossible.
good?
It's impossible.
I've done that shit. I've done the.
No, you haven't.
No, I mean not obviously. I'm not like over here. I'm like I'm perfect, but I spent a lot of years not jerking off.
That wouldn't be perfect though. That like why? See, that's the thing. That's the problem. Is that those two things aren't.
Well, I'm just
equitable.
I'm just trying to get to the maybe make sure we're being objective with the text, and I'm just wondering because like this is a huge thing. So many people right now are like not jerking off. So many dudes are like having a
Says who?
like Theo. Oh, all podcasts that I enjoy. Theo Vaughn and like Shane Gillis's podcast, and like these guys they talk about it like they like are purposefully taking time away from porn, and
that's fine.
Well,
what's the point?
I wonder if it's good every once in a while to keep that fucking.
Well, that's not what this is saying.
Clean.
That's not what this is saying. This is saying don't ever do it. It's saying cut off your hand, and maybe it's being, maybe it's theoretical. The cutting.
Touche. Touche. You're supposed to pluck out your eye. Yeah. Well,
pluck your fucking eyeball out.
Yeah.
Seems a little overreaching. Maybe you just go do some sit-ups. Maybe a cold shower. Why do you got to pluck the fucking eyeball out?
Yeah, set some higher goals.
Right. You know what? Maybe do some journaling.
Yeah, less Call of Duty, more walking.
Maybe start a podcast. Who knows? There's a lot of things you could do before you get to the part where, you know what? Fuck it, I'm plucking my eyeball out. I think that was the good call.
And it's from the dude. This is the JC we're talking about here.
This is Matthew saying it's from the dude. and our guy Mark isn't even fucking chiming in.
He didn't chime in. He's like he's sitting in the back of class. You know why?
Because Jesus was up on the hill sleeping the whole time. All he heard was
yeah.
And Matthew's like, well, that's not going to sell any copies.
It does get a little rough, huh?
Let's keep going. Where
531 on divorce.
On divorce. It was also said, whoever divorces his first wife wins the prize. It was also said, whoever divorces his wife, let him give her a certificate of divorce. But I say to you that everyone who divorces his wife, except on the ground of unchastity, makes her an adulteress. And whoever marries a divorced woman commits adultery. I think that it would be better just to brand them, right? I mean, that'd probably be
put an A.
What? No. I mean, like, you could brand it. They're your property. Because if they fuck around and find out, then they're fucking soiled goods. So why don't you just brand them? That seems pretty,
It's not very far off. I mean, and this is purity culture right here. This is all big, like you cannot be divorced.
You couldn't, like, this stigma, like when I was a kid, divorce was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid. Like this lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Divorce was like oh baby, it fucking hurts my feelings that women have had to be. Never mind.
What?
Just fucking, it's bullshit.
Yeah, we will go far on that, and I'm down. But
to this, like, and it's not even.
But I mean, I do agree that like
you should brand women.
You should brand women. I do agree. No.
Hey, you know what, Leif? That's your thing. I'm not going to judge you. I still love you. I'm just saying I'm not going to brand my woman.
It does fit with the tone earlier. No, having a strong relationship is probably pretty good for society. If you have a great family unit, a partner that loves you and helps, and that's probably does build a stronger society. I just I don't know if I don't know if
I'm still thinking it's the other way around. The whole, it's macro is the problem, not micro. And the church being like, you can't force people to be good. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't say, and especially if you are not good, especially if you have a propensity to, covet power, you're not a good person. You're not a good organization. You're not a good infrastructure for society.
Yeah. Yep.
I think people are inherently good.
Though.
What?
Well, just sometimes I just try to keep it objective. But like, yeah, you think people are inherently good?
I think so. But most of them, not all of them. Some people are mostly, like you get just like any fucking fruit or vegetable. Fucking some shit comes out fucked up.
Yeah, but just think of how many interactions you've had in the last 2 weeks, and how many of those people just smile and are nice. Yeah, the Bible says the opposite, though. The Bible says we're born into sin, and everyone is inherently evil. So our theology is fucked. We're off right there, I think. We need to challenge ourselves, Reverend Redding.
I challenge you.
Oh, see, this is funny. I was trying to make you laugh because your face wasn't moving that whole time, so I was leaning way too deep into that joke, but you were just frozen.
I wasn't frozen. Okay. I just wasn't laughing.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how like the desperation made that way grosser for me. So.
No, I wasn't.
There's no
I wasn't frozen. I was just like...
Yeah, I will say there's a negative effect from where I've grown up with churches and congregations, because you can't get divorced and you can't have sex before marriage.
Well, and apparently you can't even talk about it. You can't even talk about sex before marriage.
Can't even think about it.
It's like some sort of invisibility cloak you're not allowed to walk through until you fucking have fucking signed the papers. It's like, well, wait. Why does it smell fishy? Why is there cheese? And that goes either way. That's not from anybody in particular, It's like,
that's all genders.
I'm gonna need some information here.
Oh God.
Doesn't smell fresh.
Oh God. Yeah, and it does, like, it sets people up for failure. We've talked about it a lot, but it does affect a lot of people's lives. Like, I personally have multiple friends going through this right now.
I watched you go through it.
Yeah. You meet in a church. You both kind of maybe work at the church. The church
now,
thinks
if you bone in the church and you get,
never,
you know what I mean? I know, but why wouldn't you? Try it out. Take it
now.
Test drive. Test drive. Look under the hood.
It's smart. If you want to build a long-lasting relationship with someone, it seems pretty smart.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, check the oil. That's all. I'm not saying, like, ATM. Although, I'd marry that.
Man, it's slipping my mind, but there is have you ever heard of Mormon soaking?
Say more.
So obviously you're not allowed to have sex before your wedding night in most of these fundamentalists or of religions. And so Mormon soaking is when a guy and a girl he'll just insert his penis, but he won't move. So it's not considered sex because you're just kind of occupying the same space, but you're not moving at all. So you're not actually fucking. So it's Mormon soaking. And there's one step further where you have friends that sit on the side of the bed and shake it. So you're not moving, but there's somebody helping you. And I don't know what I forgot what that name was called. I'll try to look that up for next time. Like, that's a long way out of the way. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of work. Be yourself.
Is that did they sign off on that? Is that okay?
No, but I mean,
like
yes,
loophole?
super yes. Well, excuse me. Growing up for me, once you get a certain age, you realize everyone's having anal, and all the people in the church, like, so that is a loophole for most people. So that's really weird. So yeah, I'd say it actually, at least the '90s youth group that I was involved in.
Go 3-hole.
Have you ever heard that song "Stick It in My Ass" because I love Jesus?
No, but it's my new favorite song.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously, it's amazing.
Well, it's funny, because our buddy in the big rock and roll band, he sort of he had shirts made up that said "Not Today, Satan," and I think that's like I think he sort of co-opted that from the Stop the Madness woman. Like what's her name, the blonde, whatever. I don't know. He co-opted that from someone else. He didn't make it up. I think that maybe that should be our first T-shirt.
Was "Not Today, Satan"?
No, is "Stick It in My Ass" because I love Jesus.
Yeah, what is the band? Oates and Hall, I think, or something like that. Yeah, they're like it's two girls. They're fucking hilarious. I know I just butchered their names, so I feel bad, but yeah, whatever. They're famous.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
on swearing.
So you're not swearing is not the kind of swearing. It's not the fucking fun swearing. It's
fine. I don't care. Okay. Let's just read the Bible.
Let's do it.
Yeah. And yeah. Okay. Again, you have heard that it was said to the men of old, "You shall not swear falsely, but shall perform to the Lord what you have sworn." But I say to you, do not swear at all, either by heaven, for it is the throne of God, or by the earth, for it is his footstool, or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. And do not swear by your head, for you cannot make one hair white or black. Let what you say be simply yes or no. Anything more than this comes from evil.
I've always loved that shit, actually. It's what?
It's fine.
Hey, that's what I thought you fucking said.
You know what? Fuck you micromanaging bitch. I fucking swear to God, you say one more word. Yeah. On retaliation, you have heard it said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Crickets. Crickets. She's like, I'm just going to leave that sitting right there for you. Yeah. All right. On love of enemies. But I say to you, do not resist one who is evil. You hear that? Let's just cherry pick that one. Do not resist one who is evil, Leif.
Well, it might be a little bit different if you keep going for what you think.
But we're cherry picking. We're the Catholics now.
I mean,
in fulfillment of the scriptures, Leif, do not resist the one who is evil.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to like the other things.
But if anyone strikes you on the right cheek, turn to him the other also. Mm-hmm. And if anyone would sue you and take your coat, let him have your cloak as well. And if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with him 2 miles. Give to him who begs from you, and do not refuse him who would borrow from you. You have heard that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, so that you may be sons of your Father who is in heaven. For he makes his sun rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and on the unjust. So everyone in Seattle is unjust, obviously. For if you love those who love you, what reward have you? Do not even the tax collectors do the same? And if you salute only your brethren, what more are you doing than others? Do not even the Gentiles do the same? You, therefore, must be perfect, as your heavenly Father is perfect. Beware of practicing your piety before men in order to be seen by them, for then you will have no reward from your Father who is in heaven.
See, I kind of love this shit.
It's fucking bullshit.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, well, it seems you grew up with it.
Yeah, quite possibly. But it does seem to me to be like the speak softly and carry a big stick kind of.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah. I mean, it does diffuse fights. Like my favorite Henry Rollins quote is, "A little love ruins a lot of hate." I think that's the shit. So, like,
No, I'm not opposed to the like turn the other cheek and the other thing, but like the part where it's like you have to be perfect. That's another fool's errand. The part where you have to worship a guy with a beard in the clouds. I'm just not buying it, man.
Yeah.
Although the 8-foot alien in Vegas might disagree. He's closer to you than us, buddy.
I've looked at so many of those videos.
What does it look like? I haven't found it.
Oh, who knows if and the footage I saw is like ring cam shit, but it very easily could have been faked. The stuff that's not faked is the officers' dash cam and that family's call. People who don't know there was a UFO that crashed in Vegas in someone's backyard.
Did it actually, like, is that part real?
Well, I mean, so what you have is two police officers on different sides of the city. One of them is like stopped another person. They're talking, and on his like body cam, you can see a greenish blue thing fucking fall out of the sky. And then I saw a ring cam from the neighborhood of that happening.
What's a ring? Oh, ring cam, like from
like from the doorbells.
Right.
And so like the whole neighborhood goes bright, and there's this huge crash. And then you have the crazed families, the family that's like freaking out, calling 911 and that recording. But, I guarantee. What a weird time to fucking be alive, and no one cares. No one gives a fuck. Men in Black's real. It's a documentary, and no one cares.
Well, and Grouch, the guy who came out about, dude, we got 12 craft. We got at least 12 craft. And like,
damn it. We're talking about all love and turning the other cheek, and now we're in the fucking.
Well, notice, I don't see him as being any different. I don't see them as being any different. If we're talking about a guy who can levitate and fucking go up into the sky, who are we talking about?
Yeah, no, it's an interesting parallel. I mean, it does shatter my drug ideas of the Bible a little bit, but
I think personal time.
You need personal time?
I gotta take a dump.
Oh, okay, I'll be here.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
It's so foul in here.
Oh.
You're so lucky we don't do this in person.
Oh, dude, we'll have like a great air filtration system because I'm going to be smoking.
I'll test it.
Yeah. We're going to fucking push the limits.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure who'd be worse off, you or me. I'll probably be stoned, but you'll be fucking soiled. Soiled. Thanks for the break. Sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah,
no problem. Let me get the.
And fuck the God. Fuck all you.
You're not
hoes!
liking it. You're not liking it.
No. It's not that I don't like it. It's just like it's that same. Well, no, it's not the same. I will always have a problem with someone trying to tell someone else to be perfect or to live up to an unreasonable expectation.
It's really interesting. I'm triggered when you say that, so I think you might be right. And I hate that word, but you know what I'm saying? Like
triggered?
Yeah, it's
dude. It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. You get like emotion. You can't see the forest through the trees because you got some baggage.
Fuck you!
Exactly.
It's knee jerk, man.
Yeah, it's me
triggered.
Right now.
No, you hit me in a spot, and my leg went uncontrollably. I had absolutely no control over it. It's the exact same thing. Your brain is the biggest muscle, except for your skin, I guess. But like your brain, you fucking hit your brain in places. It goes fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, that's this. That's the entire podcast. This is a very
Redding just
vulnerable
goes
time
around
for me.
hit me in the brain. Some spots are softer.
I kind of like the thing where it's like in that passage we just read, where it's like, what, you just love the people that love you. You just love your family, like even the tax collectors. You know,
I'm on board with that stuff. Like I love
it's pretty hippy dippy.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
definitely,
it.
it's
Love everybody.
I don't mind that part. I don't mind the part where you should like, turn the other cheek and like, I don't mind that. That's not the machine that I'm raging against, Leif. It's this whole fucking I'm watching and you better be good. It's like, fuck you. Fuck you. Watch this. Here. You like it with my thumbs in my butt? How do you like me now, you fucking pervert? You still watching? Who's the creep now? Like, here's the deal. If you jerk off in a really weird way and God watches you the whole time,
You mean like knuckles up? Is that
whatever.
what you're talking about?
Whatever.
Okay. What?
No judgment. That's all, that's everyone, whatever. And God watches you the whole time. Who's the weirdo? God's always watching. Really? Even after like an hour when I can't come, you're still watching? I'm just beating the shit out of this thing and just like trying to get me a fucking nut, and you're still watching? Dude, you are a fucking creep. That's all I'm saying. Now you tell me, am I lying?
I've never heard these arguments before, so they're hard for me to.
It's hard it can be hard to, first of all, process.
First of all, sorry for the time it's taking me.
Yeah, no, I get it.
In between, but
I want you to, if you're ever gonna TikTok something, you should TikTok that little rant, and we will get canceled so quickly.
No, it's definitely happening. I'm still trying to figure out how to even answer it.
I'm not sure. Maybe we should just move on.
Well, no, the throne room of God thing, where it's like, don't swear by heaven because it's the throne room of God. And, don't swear by the earth, it's his footstool, which is hilarious. But in a way, have you ever done a lot of mushrooms and gone to the beach?
Oh, no.
It's a weird thing. I don't know. I feel like it might be a universal experience because I've had other friends have the same experience. But when you look out over the water and the sky, it looks fake. It looks like the Truman Show.
Yeah.
It looks like a weird, not what you normally are looking at, And so what if God is just... I was trying to save it. I don't know if I can. I was trying to save this omnipresence, the omnipotence of a being. But I don't know.
What does the sky and the water have to do with whether or not he's omnipotent?
Because maybe he's just a part of everything in this unexplainable way in our current form, And maybe that's why what they're really trying to say is no, God's in everything. So obviously he knows everything, sees everything, but really the idea is that everything around us might be endowed with the presence of God in a way,
Okay. Well,
you see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but to okay, so here's my problem with giving God a he or a she or a consciousness that we can conceptualize, that we can understand. Because if you look at the universe, it's basically infinite. Okay.
Seems to be.
And now we realize there's planets around almost every star that we can see, and there are almost an infinite amount of stars. And that's just, there's an infinite amount of stars in our neighborhood. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then so if there's an infinite amount of, this is fucking, I get out there. I'm
following. We're going.
I'm just saying, so I look at the universe as it's, in my mind, the universe is like a brain in somebody's head.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So and so there's a universe in our brain. You know what I mean? So it's even if we are part of this being,
the soup,
this larger. No, if we're
neural connectivity,
that even if we could, like, if Jesus was a dude, he's too small to matter.
What? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Where's
If
this? What?
Jesus was a dude,
What's wrong? What did Jesus do to you?
no, I'm just saying, if Jesus is a dude, okay, if somebody spoke to Jesus, if Jesus spoke to people, walked around on the earth and spoke to people, he's too small to matter.
Well, see, but as a dude, yeah, but that's the whole idea is that he's not just a dude, and he's not just a lowly dude, but he's the Christ, right?
But he didn't
Either
say,
at his birth or at his baptism, like
what?
God chooses him.
But again, you're saying you keep saying like.
By the way, I'm not saying I believe this. It's just what the Bible says. Yeah. Okay.
I'm saying that God is too small to exist. Like if you're talking about everything,
Okay,
you know what I mean? It's like it's like we're saying that God is a dude and not a consciousness. Or it's a thing.
Yeah,
and not an idea.
Heaven's a place. It's
right.
It's got streets.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. So if that's true, then it's not like God is omnipresent everywhere, because if we're talking about heaven being a place, then it's too small to matter.
I mean, inside of our finite brains, it does seems to add up. I often think that when I get
and not just inside our brain, but like physically, like we are, like you've seen that picture of
the blue dot,
Carl Sagan turning the camera around, right? So like, okay, so we're too small to be putting all this thought into.
No, I think that's the cool part. Yes, we are so small, but somehow we turned on. Somehow we switched on. Somehow consciousness came into us. It seems to be in us more than other animals, but other animals, I don't know. That's very debatable for me because I think
trees.
The
tree. Oh, dude, you got it. Have you been here? Oh, we should have we should do a podcast out beneath the high tree.
But yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, that's where I want to. Really that's where cool. When I do the DMT, I kind of want to do it there, except it's not a dark room.
I think dark, quiet. Yeah. But
anyway, the point is the same. That like I don't know, this thing about like be good, or the guy who sees everything. God does not see everything because everything is infinite. And he doesn't have like, it's not like Batman where he's got like a billion little TVs and he's keeping track of every, unless we're this fucking, you know what I mean? It's like, think about it. It's like, so if the reality,
I do
if
think
the realities are infinite, like and aliens are real. So like fucking, you got to throw that in. So we're just talking about one species that maybe came down here and like started all this shit, and there were a bunch of them, it's like, it's not.
You're saying this where religion, I mean, so have you ever heard of cargo cults? You're going to love this shit.
Because they all wear cargo pants?
No, this is amazing. So I can't remember what war this is, World War One or two, but in these islands, I believe in the South Pacific.
Oh, you told me this. Yeah.
They would get payloads of stuff, and for the people, that day when the villagers went out there and found all the toilet paper and food, they came back a substantial amount of years later, and they would all dress up as army people and go out to they were worshiping that cash that fell from the sky.
Right. Yeah.
So we're just like an alien. All this shit is just UFO cargo cults, and then it's spawned off over the years for control. Tax-free revenue. Yeah. But
it's
that's kind of bleak. I mean, maybe it
see, I'm not disregarding God. I just think you have to think about it. And it's like, I think that most people, like the cherry picked parts that people drop on them, they're just happy to be like, okay, I got something to believe in, where it's like, no, but really, what is the deal? Because come on, faith, I'm just going to have faith that this is
It
true.
kind of works in some, like prayer. I mean, I'm not saying always.
It kind of works because look how great organized religion is to the planet. You know what I mean? It's like,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying for you as an individual, you can start focusing on good things, even just thinking about good things. Absolutely.
Well, no, that's not the same thing as religion, though.
No.
Being positive and focusing on being positive and focusing on good things is, I don't know.
What now? No, keep going.
It's just,
I mean,
we say that we get here all the time. It's just like people are great. Community is awesome. Macro, organized religion, trying to keep you from asking real questions. I don't understand sex. Could you please explain to me, how not being good at this might ruin my relationship that you're insisting I have?
Now, Reverend Redding, what a great question. But I'm going to say the glory of God outweighs any earthly lust you could possibly feel inside. And you're going to want to push that off because eternity is a mighty long time. You feel me, brother? You see?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just looking for a little information. Just looking for a little information.
Information.
So if you're not going to give me information, just say so.
Brother, just take up your cross daily, brother. My information is put your face in the book, brother.
I'm going to put my
Anytime you want to jerk off, I want you to think of a blank wall, okay? Here's the tools. Go out. Fucking be successful.
That sounds like a... Thank you, sir. I believe I'll venture forth out into the world successfully. Where are we? The Lord's Prayer. Perfect.
Oh, you're okay. Well, what time is it? Let's see.
What? Are we
we should. We're getting into the Lord's Prayer, though? Wait.
That's next. Wait, did I?
Yeah, we didn't.
Oh, we stopped. We didn't
because it's perfect. Yeah, 6:2.
Okay. Thus, when you give alms, sound no trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may be praised by men. Truly was a great band, but I say to you, they have received their reward. But when you give alms, do not let your hand know what your right hand do. But when you give alms, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your alms may be in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you. And when you pray, you must not be like the hypocrites, for they love to stand and pray in the synagogues and in the street corners, and they may be seen by men. Truly is a great band, and I say to you, they have received their reward.
I love that shit. I still love that shit right there.
But when you pray, go into your room and shut the door and pray.
Boop, boop. Kevin Whitmore, boop, boop.
What?
Oh, this is one of the things he brought up on the podcast.
What do you say?
This verse. How cool it is. How amazing this is. To think, yeah.
To see what?
Well, Jesus lives in this small hillside town, assuming. He has to walk to the bigger town to get work. In that town is a bunch of Jews, a bunch of religious people of his same, ethnicity, and they have robes and bells. They have like fucking bells. So when they walk by, people will see all their righteousness, and here's hungry people, poor people. Here's them sacrificing to Caesar in God's holy place where they're not supposed to. And that's how they get all this. So it's kind of a, I don't know. It does make your life better when you just do kind, nice things for no selfish reward at all, for no gain. No posting on fucking Instagram, no flexing. Just trying to help someone, just to help someone. It's like a beautiful fucking thing.
Sure.
This is something I like live by. I would read this over and over and over, and then like someone does something shitty, but like I still actually think this shit, and the idea of like But when you pray, go into your room and shut the door. Oh, wait. I cut us off before that. Let's just go 6:6 and finish that.
Okay.
This is the shit.
And in praying, do not heap up empty phrases as the Gentiles do. But when you pray, go into your room and shut the door and pray to your Father who is in secret. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you. And in praying, do not heap up empty phrases as the Gentiles do, for they think that they will be heard for their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask him.
Why do they say so many Hail Marys then, you know?
Those are Catholics.
Christians, right? But so why would they
Is a Gentile a Catholic or a Christian or a Jewish?
Is anyone who's not Jewish.
Gentile.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, because they think repetition equals salvation.
Righteousness.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the Lord himself is saying here, which is kind of what I think's killer. It's like, no, go do good things.
All right.
Don't just say fucking this shit over and over again.
Yeah.
It's like, go be this.
Have you watched did you tell me about the Jerry Falwell Jr.?
Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it yet. I'm stoked though. I've watched the trailer a few times.
We could watch it on here together.
Oh, that'd be awesome! Oh my god, that'd be amazing. That'd be the first Mystery Science Theater 2000.
I want to do that. Maybe that's that's how we launch the Patreon. Is that fucking thing?
Okay.
We do. Yeah, that's a good idea. But I don't know. See, I do enjoy your side, your like opinions to this shit.
It just is a trigger for me. It like this whole thing is a trigger for me because
so
it's like
bad.
people just drive me fucking crazy. And it's like, and I don't, and maybe that's why this is a good thing, is or like maybe why our talks never get old, because you are a person who like is infinitely positive, and even though you got immersed and brainwashed, you come out the other side as this really golden, like thoughtful and like willing to hear all sides person. And I'm this person who's just fucking broken and just can't fucking hear one fucking word of it. And I'm like, fuck you all. What are you all fucking sleeping sheep? Like, and so it just never gets old. It's pretty, and we always get to the same place, and you're just like, finally, Redding's pissed off again. It's been a while.
Well, I'm thinking.
So
I think it is good though, because like this has been weaponized, and I know we say this too, but the Bible itself has just been weaponized for years, and
centuries.
It's weird that humans don't want to engage with it. I don't know if it's a fear thing or like it could even be from a good place, like humility, like I'm not smart enough to understand.
Or it could be resolution, just like resigned that fucking ship has sailed, and here this is where we are. And that's like the part that scares the most. That's the part that scares me the most, is people just taking their fucking hands off the wheel. And I'm like, we're still
Jesus,
here.
take the wheel.
Dude, seriously, right? I'm like, that's the part, like, dude, we're still here. We're kind of still steering the ship, although it's I'm telling you, if aliens are real, they've been real this whole time, which means somebody's known about it this whole time, which means the fucking Vatican has known this whole time.
Which is weird that it's like that governments have thought that religion, or maybe it's just that religion is that powerful that it's that potent in people's minds. We just
it's not that it's religion. It's not that it's religion that's that powerful. It's the fact that it's true that people did come from outer space and come down here and seed this, and so it's like it's been the powers that be's job.
We just know some shit's flying around we don't know, and I agree with you, but we don't know if they seeded us. I do want to go full Prometheus with you here. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not.
I do.
Dude,
that movie rules.
Have you seen Chimp Nation?
Oh, Chimp Empire? No, we just started.
Yeah, so watch that shit. It's like,
well, and it does. Remember the whole fucking of all the fucking animals, like in Enoch, when we read that shit. That what is it, Azrael? That fucking watcher, that demon comes down, and they just love it. Like, what an interesting story to you know what I'm saying? So like the gods, quote unquote, and his divine beings, the friends, they love to come down and fuck like things down here.
Wormholes. Who's got one?
That sucks so bad because we're supposed to be like some weird primal monkey thing, and now we're like thinking about math. You know, no wonder we're all stressed and anxiety ridden because we have the hardware of like an ancient fucking meat biology and like the software
slapped a Mac on top, you know,
of a fucking Model T car. You know? Like,
yeah, totally. We've got like ones and zeros in the back.
But yeah. I do think there's a lot. I don't know. I just stopped myself from going Bible fuckboy over here. So
I appreciate that.
I was trying to.
I hate it when you end like that.
I know.
I hate when you go out like that, Leif.
There's a lot of good. You know what I found out too, which is interesting.
What?
Jude.
What? I'll be the judge. I'll be the judge of that.
The book of Jude in the Bible references Enoch. It quotes Enoch.
Let's read that one next.
Very small. The Gospels are going to take forever.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, also, you know, I found this. I've been finding all these videos and I haven't sent them your way.
Why?
Well, because
it's super easy. Just
why would I
paper plane and fucking send it to me?
To be honest,
I send you videos.
Yeah, I've been LA living here for a week. So
dude, you found a video on Instagram and you can just fucking pop it over. You can just send it while you're watching it.
So there's a lot of scholars I see when they talk about if these people existed. They like Moses, no. You know, even some people are like Abraham, no. They don't think he existed. Like King David, probably not. But all those scholars that I love that say that also do believe a person named Jesus of Nazareth, they existed.
Hey, so congratulations! You're right.
Well, no, I just want to give you the data because I keep trying. It's not that
I don't want to hear it from you, pal. Sorry, okay, I hear from you every week.
These fucking videos.
Yeah, like
I'm not saying,
okay. Well, in that case,
I'm not saying that we need to go to church and start fucking tithing 10% and fucking no. I'm just saying this.
You're saying we need to start a church and start tithing 10%.
That's what we already have. What are you talking about?
No, I mean, but we need to start tithing 10% to it. People need to start tithing.
We'll
figure and tithing.
It would be nice to stop doing roofing and read the Bible more. I will say that.
Where are you roofing?
Roofing? Oh, I just
roofing.
No, roofing? No.
I know.
I've been roofied.
Yeah.
Have you been?
Look, that was one time, dude, and I said I was sorry. I've never been roofied.
It was weird. I was glad my friend saved me, but it made sense why that bartender kept giving me free drinks all night.
Yeah.
I think he was into the sinless. Sinless.
He didn't think God was watching.
I was literally reading a G.K. Chesterton book at the bar.
Why were you reading at a bar?
I was waiting to go see the new Clash of the Titans movie with a bunch of bands. I bought us all tickets so it didn't sell out. So I just had a couple hours to kill. And I ended up, this super handsome bartender guy ended up flirting with me all night. And then my friends got me home. That's all I remember. Yeah.
Okay. Talk.
I was in the middle of the story. I was like, how the fuck does this have anything to do with how do we get here? Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I was just I don't know if you would even be interested in this shit. So I've been reading and I'm trying to study up on as much as I can on the canonization of the Bible, which is why, how, when books were chosen.
Right.
And it is goddamn confusing. I'll tell you that. It makes sense why it's not very well articulated. But we might have to do that next. Right. You know, just like take a topic.
Yeah.
You know, because the Bible reading is and you I think it's good that you want to go through them because I'm like, let's talk about that one. You know, and I think I would have spent 40 minutes on any one of these verses. But
right. Yeah.
We'll see if the alien overlords let us keep the Bible.
Coming, man. It's coming.
Yeah, I will
Keep
say
your fucking game face on.
it does really. Yeah, it really sucks that in since I've learned to be myself and stand on my own fucking shit, it's been great. Like life instantly got better, you know. But a part of that is trying to be as critical, objective, just trying to find truth the best I fucking can.
That's all you can do.
And
But it's got to be your truth, though. It can't be a truth that people are like holding up for you, or like.
that's what the aliens thing is hard, because I don't want to sound like my fucking family. I don't want to sound like my conspiracy theory like upbringings. And
Hey,
it's
look,
like
all I know-
2023, it's impossible.
All I know is that if you're going to wear a mask when the government says wear a mask, and take a fucking, get shot in the arm when the government says get shot in the arm, then you got to take your mask off when they say take the mask off, and you have to say, oh my God, there are aliens when they say there are aliens. Like, if you're gonna like, it's like you got to choose a side. Either you don't believe them, or you don't trust them. You know what I mean? Like, there's gamesmanship with everything they say, and that's the tricky part. But if you go back and look at like this, this is the end. We're at the end.
Yeah, we're at the end. But
like,
if you go back and look at what,
it's all fuck, dude.
you're saying that
Just to
even
unravel,
the Bible,
unravel the fucking if UFOs are real, okay, just if they're real, that means they're not just now real, okay. That means the entire time you've been alive and I've been alive, they've been real.
That means
and they've been real forever. That means there are older, significantly older species in our neighborhood,
conscious life,
that have been coming here. Okay, so if that's true, then those from the heavens came. There's no difference. We've been talking about that. It's like, if we're talking about people who came out of the sky, then we're talking about, that it's the same thing.
how can
you divorce those two? You know what I mean? It's
yeah, I agree. I think it will be really interesting to see how fundamentalists sidestep this and act like they're demons, or explain it away so their theology will stay intact, rather than the facts.
Well, they can just embrace it and say, well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be a large portion of people that just triple down.
I'm not worried about those people. I'm worried about people who, what I'm worried about is the lack of marrying those two things. Like, people who want to keep them separate because it's supposed to be it's supposed to be conceptual. It's not supposed to be real. You know what I mean? Like it's supposed to be this great white bearded dude in the sky. It's not supposed to be this guy who crashed in Vegas. You know what I mean? It's like, and so like, if you start, and what I want is for those two things to, like, well, I don't fucking know what I want.
What if, okay, so remember when you said
I want people to use their fucking heads. That's what I want.
I do, yeah.
Think for themselves and believe, like, come to a decision on what is real. That's what I want.
Well, I don't know if we're ever going to get there. I think it's another level of the fucking video game. If aliens are real, now maybe we'll be able to use their ships to go see other fucking, systems, planetary systems.
Who says we're not already?
Yeah. But maybe
trillions of dollars go missing. Trillions of dollars. Fucking Donald Rumsfeld on September 10th, 2001, goes up in front of Congress, has a press conference, and says,
"This is all real, right? This is all.
Dude,
I've heard it.
September 10th, the day before our illustrious September 11th, Donald Rumsfeld goes on, has a press conference saying they've lost trillions of dollars. They just don't know where it is, and that was in 2001. Now we're 22 years later, and there's trillions of dollars. Like the you know how much $1 trillion is? It's
a
a
lot.
1,000 billions.
It's a lot.
And I like this. These are not my words, but like you can start civilizations with that. And that was 20 years of trillions of dollars going elsewhere. Where the fuck is that money going?
Yeah.
Off world.
And yeah, and like you said, if aliens are real now, they've always been real. So like maybe some of these kooky stories that people have been saying no one's been believing were actually fucking actually real. And
I want to get read in.
You want to get read in? Mm-hmm. You want to be sworn in as president? So they tell you?
No, I want to get read in. I want to. That's what happens when you get a security clearance that allows you to know what's really going on. You get read in.
Man. Yeah, see, Edward Snowden says he poked around every single part of every government server, couldn't find a thing.
Oh, that's interesting. That's
interesting.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's still a little bit sus.
But, if you, I don't know, who knows? You know what? Unfortunately, I think we're going to find out, Leif.
That's the problem. So there's this, coming, as man. You've been talking, I've been like, so remember when we talked about looking at Earth from space and you see the white lights and it looks like a blight. Mm-hmm. And then, so we've had these drone UFOs or these tiny UFOs or these tiny little like things. And now let's just say that one of them was crash landed in Vegas last week and it's 10 feet tall. And like, so what if this is like the cleanup crew is now going to start showing up? There's a Rick and Morty episode that's kind of like this where Rick invents a theme park inside a human body. It's called Anatomy Park. So it has like Pirates of the Pancreas. And it's like all these horrible, but the only person he could find to obviously do this to was like a homeless dude. So he's like old and has like all these diseases. So the diseases take over and start like eating the park, They start like hepatitis C is this huge fucking like, what's that Star Wars?
Jabba the Hutt.
No, the beast that comes out underneath from Jabba the Hutts.
The Slarlock or the
whenever he has to battle,
it's like right. Yeah, no, I don't know what that guy's called. Yeah,
it's like so. What if this is we're like inside another being, but they're like, oh man, these musicians and artists and podcasters, man, we got to fucking. There's too many of them now on this planet. Yeah. They're fucking creating disrupting the vibration. The god eats some fucking chewable vitamin C, and now we're seeing fucking aliens show up.
Could be. All right, I gotta go.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we solved anything, but it was fun.
I love you, brother.
I love you too. I'll see you next week.
Okay, bye. See ya.
Okay, bye.